My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train 2. Lazarus League Awoken it is. Okay. Ooh. Malika's Shifting Pyre is always pretty exciting to me. All drops and cards start with an upgrade. Streaks and Hallow are here as well. Archeon's going to be pushing units back. Okay, so that's fine. I got a Racket Assistance to chump. Animus' Speed is going to be attacking it quick and has the ability once every 2 turns to attack immediately. And 2 stings in the base deck. Interesting. See what we can do with this. The 2 additional assistants in the base deck as well, Sanguine Assistants, might give us something we can do with Baron Grail specifically. First time each turn, a friendly unit is healed, draw a card. So if I equip the lifesteal equipment, that'll happen every turn in combat. It's just card draw for us. Yeah, I don't think I just want to, like, keep equipping weapons to Baron Grail to buff a floor. It hungers, though. It's not bad. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. It possibly has a ridiculous upside. Obviously, if you can make an assistant have a ridiculously high damage. But worst case scenario, it will just make Baron Grail like a pretty significant unit. Only has to stand behind a 2 size, ideally. Merchant of Steel Awoken. How many frontliner 2 sizes are there that I care about? Let's see. I do feel like getting a Lazarus League unit's pretty important here as well, though. Oh, I could wait until the Merchant of Arms to pick that up, actually. In the Aviary. I do feel like that's pretty important just because we are going to get a lot of additional weapons from Baron Grail eating assistance, so being able to use those weapons reasonably would be nice. I think it's this. Sanguine Assistant, eat the Sanguine Assistant, get the lifesteal. Top line's already conquered. Jumping on this floor doesn't do anything for me anymore, so let's just play these 2 on top. Sanguine Assistant, eat this one. Another Vampire's Tooth with the back line now. And there's no reason at this point not to just throw an additional assistant down. And this should, yeah, very easily beat the Strail. Of course, 20 health on Baron Grail is just not going to be enough to get through the second fight, so I really do need someone. Ooh, Intrinsic Pseudoscience is nice. Reanimate Lifesteal or Spikes. There's also the Forevermore Serum with Spell Chain on it, which is huge as well. I'll take that. Wildwood Custodian with Endless. I mean, I don't really care about the Endless of it all, but drawing an additional card every turn? Maybe I should take the Wildwood Sap. That 4 regen can be really useful, especially with Sap Tap consistently. And for any of our frontliners who might want to rejuvenate trigger. Ooh, Dualism? Well. So there's Thorned Hollow, but it's got Quick attached to it, and the Thorned Hollow doesn't really benefit that much from Quick. You know who does? the Animus of Will, who already has Quick. I feel like I should Large Stone the Animus of Will. Because what? It's that or it's roll and look for a mini stone. I need health on a unit. I think the Animus of Will is going to be that unit. Which means we'll also have a second line. I'm going to get a Shield Steward plus 20 health just so that I can support a second line. Start battle. Adding units are in each floor. Sure. We've got spikes in this fight. Quicksilver Cherub, so we only really care about setting up on floors 1 and 3. So Animus of Will and the Animus of Speed up here immediately kill the enemy, but the problem is the Animus of Speed is never going to make it through the Relentless phase. And Baron Grail needs space to actually be able to eat. I'm currently being pushed to do something like this. I mean, just 2 more is handy. I'd love to give you Reanimate on this floor as well. I mean, yeah, that Energizing Flawless can die on that floor by itself. Okay, cool. Am I able to save another energy elsewhere? Only if I don't care about that lifesteal, and I do think I care about that lifesteal. Although I also care about giving lifesteal to the Animus of Speed, so maybe I have to use the Sanguine Assistant this turn rather than giving Reanimate to a Collector. It's 50 additional golds. Where am I about to go? I feel like 9 times out of 10 the correct answer here is the Merchant of Arms. Largely based around the weakness of the spells that we have in the base deck. I do feel like 50 additional gold could be really important. But also Baron Grail and Animus' Speed definitely are going to beat the final boss. But it's probably going to be the Animus' Will on the top line that does. So what? Like, I'm looking for another cycle through the deck to be able to do that? We'll take the risk. Erratic Assistant down, just in case we can't replace it next turn. Speed rather, attack straight past. We're going to lose Erratic Assistant on first attack from the enemy, so I'll eat you, and then replace you with a Sanguine Assistant. Which doesn't really change the landscape here. It's okay though, we've got another Vampire Tooth. I just equip that on the top line and we win. I mean, I could even equip it on this line and we win. Unfortunately, you exploding with Unstable will not give us Avarice bonus. I'll just take another Forevermore Serum. Consume Spell Chain, Wildwood. Yes. Spell Chain, Wildwood? I mean, I just got another copy of both of the choices I made in the first time, but like, they're pretty good copies. Maybe I do want maybe I do want to go to an Awoken. Let me very quickly look for what I would be looking for. I mean, obviously, let's put out of our minds the correct thing that I want. I'm not going to find it. The game is not going to give me Vine Mother. It's just not going to happen. I want it to. If it gave me Steel Singer, I wouldn't be able to use it. Wilting Sapwood would be okay, but I'd have to reform a lot of around it. I think basically I only really want the Awoken Hollow Thorn Dollar at the moment, so I'm gonna steer clear of that side. Oh. Oh, I mean, that's huge. So, Iron Tongue on Animus of Will is 30 by 3 at quick speed in sweep. So that's our bottom liner. Just an Iron Tongue deployed Animus. Then Echo Vault isn't incredible right now, but it will be in the future. Check this alcove out. Well. Purge your champion, gain 1 additional energy per turn, 1 additional deployment ember, 2 additional capacity per floor, and 1 additional draw per turn. Yeah. Yep. Get out of here, Baron Grail. Even if I reroll, I wouldn't be able to buy anything especially important here. Merchant of Steel for a solid couple of upgrades on the Animus of Will. Animus of Speed, rather, is going to be really important in the next area. The additional capacity is nice because it means I can chump with the assistants much more easily. So now I've got all of my AoE sorted forever. I need large individual targeted damage now. I think I'm supposed to just Echo Vault and then double up on buffs at the moment. That'll give it to the wrong unit because of the way that another unit has been pushed. So hold up. It's that. You had one of these. And then I put that there. There we go, that's more like it. So yeah, getting a spell worth duping every turn would be huge. It's gonna give you way too much regenerate. Sorry, reanimate, just in case. I mean, I really don't need to super sap my floor. I'll hold off. Falls well on that bottom line, enough regen through our double casts and Wildwood Saps down there that there was never going to be a problem. Adaptive mutation with a spell chain already on it. Brain transfer. Transfer damage and all buff and debuff effects of the front friendly unit. Also really good. Also has the spell chain on. I'm gonna go adaptive mutation for many, many reasons. Oh. Oh, what choices! Husk Hermit with Sweep and Multi-Strike, admittedly. You've kind of been pipped to the post on that one. Makeshift Golem with Dualism. 24 armor, Dualism, Extinguisher Blade, armor 24 to friendly units. Yeah, that helps fill out that bottom floor very comfortably. I do want additional draw, especially because I already have the additional energy. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one of the Shield Stewards on another floor is basically what I already play. Yeah, so I want draw here. I mean, you know, we've now got a really good reanimate target at least. Merchant of Trinkets. Without the money or a Merchant of Steel. Not gonna be able to visit the Merchant of Steel for a little bit. Yeah, I think I need some scaling for the Animus of Speed, courtesy of Multi-Strike here. Basically as good as it gets. Hype Knight on the Makeshift Golem. I don't hate it, but it's not reanimate, and I know that I can literally just get reanimate right now. I could wait for... No. I've got to just give plus 14 damage to Animus of Speed here. Dualism for anything else? Endless for anything else? No. Steward's Quarters, 1000% Steward's Quarters. Well, now there certainly are things that I would have done differently. And I'll probably... no champion available. And I'll probably end up going to another Merchant of Steel really soon, because having a top floor with just a bunch of really, really competent stewards, it's a really good backstop strategy. They get damage and multi-strike. They become so helpful. I mean, the regen isn't going to happen on the bottom line anymore. That's just not going to be relevant, so... Here's a bunch of regen and additional health for the Shield Steward. Top floor's looking pretty nifty. There's a whole bunch of Forevermore Serum for you, and a bunch of... Here's all of the assistants just on the second line, hanging out. Ah. Never mind! I was gonna give regen to the bottom line. And look, maybe I should. I'm not going to, though, because I've just realized. I can go for full 4 kills on this collector. I simply gotta do that. Don't have trinkets in the next area, do I? No, I've got the Lazarus League Merchant of Arms. Well, I've got all of this equipment, but... do I care about Lazarus League anymore? I can heal you with an adaptive mutation. What the hell? Why was it showing plus health for a second there? Okay, you all get health. Now, if I sting twice, we no longer get health, which means our frontliner isn't dying. But if I give additional damage to the animal's speed, now the frontliner will die. But then if I give more damage, the frontliner doesn't die anymore. What is going on here? I need to get rid of these root seeds so bad. That's not just me saying how badly I need to get rid of them. That's me saying, oh, they're so bad. How does it end up attacking between our quick faces? Huh. Such a thing surprises me is all. All right. Reanimation lab for 7/7 on the bottom left. No. Puffer flesh, graft with spiky skin. I'm not against that. It's okay for the deployment phase. There is also surgical strike with piercing and holdover. Slay gain a copy of this card with ephemeral to hand, so it's just about allowing us to kill units if I want to. I'll take that. 3 sting spells to hand, remove the consume. Restoring retreat's not bad. I do max out my bottom line, so restoring retreat would allow me to sneak another unit down there. Maybe even the result of this Lazarus League. I could make the Echo Vault deployable, because I'll probably go energy for my next pickup anyway. Oh, Steward's Quarters wants to be deployable because it's immediately playable even without modification. Oh, good lord. Inferno rooms are necessary because of what we're already doing. I think a Swift Steel Dagger for one of the top liners is fine. Probably a meat shield for one of the top liners as well. We don't need the test subject alpha for that impact, so meat hook. The removals are very easily double root seed. Actually, I'm cashed up enough at this point. It's time to remove all of the root seeds from this deck. I'll save a bit of money here just because I know I've got Merchant of Trinkets in the next area. Really like to be able to buy a couple of things, re-roll, maybe even buy another. Yeah, you can -1 in my energy. It's fine. I've got a bit extra. Dying minions. Set that up on floor 2. Sadly, no ability to give reanimate to this collector. Hook to send you. And then assistant for the top line. Burn a calcified ember. Or a sting on a different floor for the draw. Perfect. No need to worry much at all about this. It's all already resolved. Whoa, I'm glad I'm playing someone who's capable of keeping this enemy here for this long. I really don't have stopping power. It's going to become a huge problem in 2 fights' time. Holdover Mixology? Acid Shower, damage unstable. That's really good with Seraphiternus, Chosen of Entropy. Risky Operation. Reduce unit to 1 health. Apply plus 10 damage and lifesteal 2. It's one of the densest ways I can give damage to the Animus' speed at the moment, so I don't think I can ignore it. Invigorating Solution in the first hand, drawn, and it gives me all that additional draw for the next turn. Oh, that's great. It's probably worth taking because it probably won't have a downside in the deck, but the upside's probably going to be pretty short as well. Friendly units gain stealth 1 on summon and slay, plus 3 damage per stack of stealth. Yeah, because we're almost never going to get a kill on Makeshift Golem, so we'll be fine. At the end of turn, unstable increases by 5. We have no instability in the entire deck. Turn off the deployment phase, summon a random unit from each deck on the floor. Yeah, that's going to screw with our stewards. On deployment phase, draw an equipment card from your deck, reduces cost to 0. Iron Tongue can't be drawn with that. Meat Shield or Swift Steel can, though. And Emot Tome as well. Take both of those. Thinking about that Emot Tome, do I want to dupe a spell? Or maybe the goal is dupe a Animus of Speed. Some of my best scaling damage, and then just send it down to the bottom line with a Restoring Retreat. Yeah. I think I'm just going to need that, even if everything else as it is, that still feels necessary to me. More stopping power. Okay, Steel's Quarters are going to be the top line. And Meat Shield for you. Then Makeshifts, Animus, Animus. Sweet. Was this a loop trigger? Okay, that's fine, as long as I kill the units behind you, which I definitely will. Wait. I'm going to be duping the first spell I play here. So let's Echo Vault, then I'll play a Risky Operation. And then I'll play the ephemeral copy of that Risky Operation. These two ephemeral copies will die at the end, or the spell chain version. So I think the spell chain version cast at the end of the turn is going to give me an ephemeral copy to hand, which I think I get to keep until next turn. I think. Okay, it did not give me an additional copy in hand. That's fine, I got plus 30 damage on that unit that turn. Some speed, and then we'll send you down. Right, if that's going to be the spell that's duped, I gotta remember, I'm duping spells. As well on the bottom line already. Okay, we've got the Echo Vault down here. No incant trigger on the floor. Yeah, because I can only play this in the additional. Then I get one more from the Echo Vault. this additional energy this turn is going to help out a huge amount. And then risky. Keep forgetting. Especially on this turn that I have barely any energy to do anything else. It's just zap, zap, tap, tap. Now everyone has a weapon. Scaling's pretty slow, but we're quite resilient. This has worked out so far. Yeah, we'll easily win in Relentless Phase next turn. I really shouldn't need to take any additional damage now. Yeah, the entire time the Animus' Speed's abilities just stayed untouched. But they were there just in case we needed them. I probably just want to go Mini Stone or just cut one of the stewards from the top line rather than go capacity here. It's going to be energy. Spike of the League. What a great card to dupe. Merchant Magic to go to. Permanently remove consume, you say? Yeah. And the Spike of the League, please. Holy Stone. -1 cost. I really do want the. I mean, both Risky Operation and Forevermore Serum want that. I also need to give reduced cost to Surgical Strike, even if I'm not really using it. Spell Chain. This double stack, not especially good for any of these. That additional reanimate's huge though. And then Merchant of Steel in the next area has Empyrean well dupe, as well as obviously the Merchant of Steel, so I can get as many upgrades on my stewards as I can possibly take with me. Mentioned Prayer Stone spawned on each floor. That's probably gonna kill an Animus' speed. They have 6 spikes. I need 12 health on an Animus' speed to live it. Risky operation isn't necessarily drawn on turn 1. I can't rely on drawing a hand on turn 1 that will not just die to this. I really wanted the money. That's a shame. I mean, Restoring Retreat's my dupe this turn because it gets both of the relevant units onto the bottom line. I can gain a decent amount of reanimate out of that. It's non-consumed, so it stays in the deck as well. Oh, there it is again. Oh! Beautiful. Okay. 1. And then... Spike of the League U for 4. Then 1 Sting and Spike of the League on the bottom line. That Avowed Gladiator does get past us. I'm worried the next hand is going to be worse. I don't really want to move anything here. I do think the next hand is going to be worse. And that Avowed Gladiator just dies when it gets to the top line anyway. I'm so thrilled that we managed to score another 400 out of this fight. And to make up for not being able to take the challenge in the first place as well. Go for the scaling damage on that floor. Ooh. The amount of reanimate on the bottom line still does matter. So, getting a Forevermore Serum duped first, and then just continually casting those is fine. Everyone except for the Avowed Gladiator is going to die before combat starts anyway, so the Avowed Gladiator just kills the Makeshift Golem once. That's fine. That was to be expected. And one big spike league for 5 more reanimate. And then it casts again at the end of the turn for 5 more reanimate. My damage scaling is still ass. But we might make it through. Yep. No need to change anything about that bottom line. It is perfect as it is. Ooh. Mixology with Spell Chain? Double stack Acid Shower is pretty funny, but don't think I end up getting to use that. Faulty Body? It's a way to add some more damage. It's 40 more damage on the bottom line. Every cycle, of course. Higher Grow. Yeah, I can make that intrinsic. I can absolutely cast that. It gives me... Yep. Great boon. More dice to write. Then... Titanite to one of the Shield Stewards. I don't think Reanimate or Spikes are really going to make any difference. Although I'm not going to get enough benefits anyway, so I'll just give Spikes to secure one of the backliners' healths. You can have Quick by default. You can have some additional damage by default. Dualism for the meat. Oh. What a load of garbage. Yeah, no, I don't think I will be taking those, actually. I feel like maybe I should dupe this Spear Steward and then cut the other one. No, surely it's just dupe another Animus's speed. Slide down on the bottom line if we get the option. Okay. The two non-negotiables have been non-negotiated. I do wonder if maybe I should just leave the Animus of Will to clear the bottom line by itself. Because it will be clearing... well, at quick speed with sweep, it will be clearing the entropy as well. So there's no real need to separate the floors for that reason. going to send both of you down. Go down to the bottom line with the Echo Bolt. Inspiring Solution, a different line. Spear Steward. And then I'm going to Pyro now and at the end of this turn. So in exchange for only drawing 6 cards this turn, I'll have 7 energy a turn from now on. Nanos of speed, ready to be descended on a later trigger would be nice. I feel like I have to leave these Curses of Entropy in my hand. I can't. I feel like I have to because I miss out on so much damage without them. Especially because I'm using Multi-Strike as a main source of damage for us. I really want Faulty Body to get double cast here, but I also recognize that if I do give Faulty Body to the makeshift, it's going to start slaying. Is it going to start slaying? No. It theoretically could, but only to a unit that survives the quick sweep from Animus. Just like no one. Huge amount of reanimate for our guy. There's no Incants for me to prevent on that floor, so I'm just going to go all in with Risky. Any damage. Great shield for all of those units. Unfortunately, we'll be sending a Avowed Gladiator to the top line. A lot of help. Thankfully, we won't have regen on that floor next turn. Excuse me? Oh, I cast a huge amount of spells on that top floor that turn. I can't go to the... I can't proceed past this turn without guaranteeing that I die. Right. Don't play the spells on that top line, Raps. No real other recourse for it. It's that or just immediately accept the loss. It's like, I didn't know. Clicking things happens. Meat Hook wasn't at all useful though, so I will take the double Animus. Good days, Servaturnus. Slow down the delivery of all of these curses of entropy, because they are gonna kill me. And heck, I will take some spikes with the bottom line. You have indeed had some difficulties down there. 120 spikes on the makeshift golem might help. No, I do want the additional spikes, especially because I've got the amount of reanimate I do. Now that Avowed Gladiator is going to ascend, but next turn it'll face a Spear Steward who kills it before it does anything, so I don't have to worry about what I buff now with the Chosen Ardent on the bottom line. Or this Chosen Ardent, rather. Which gives me an opportunity to pump some risky damage. I don't need to send Meat Hook down, because it being silenced on the bottom line on the same turn that I would like to hit a Seraph with it would be tragic. Keep that reanimate going. So this Avowed Gladiator has not taken much damage. And next turn, it will ascend with the Seraph. So it will benefit from all of the lowered damage on my stewards. I mean, I could descend the Avowed Gladiator, just cause it to take more damage on the bottom line. I could even descend Seraph Eternus to do that. Okay, I'll have 240 spikes on my unit, so the Avowed Gladiator will just die hitting the makeshift golem. I don't understand what keeps changing these numbers. How are you gonna survive? Now that I've done damage. Well, they will believe in the numbers, though. As far as I can throw them. Perfect. Big, huge spike of league twice on the bottom line, and now it just comes down to the fact that the makeshift golem cannot be killed. I mean, actually, it's very easy to kill it, but it's hard to keep it dead. Yeah, I do think this will be able to meet the moment of the Titan fight. Without too much issue at all. I was admittedly pretty worried about our damage once we started to get a bit deeper in the run there. But this seems to be enough animuses to keep us comfortable, safe, and healthy. Definitely need to play the Echo Bolt. Do I play Pyro 3 times? Or do I play 2 in... Okay, fine. I want to play 2 Invigorating Solutions. Still get to draw 10 cards this turn. Still get to have a full hand. Stays you for 2 turns. Can't draw and dupe a card into hand at the same time. Of course, duping Pyolite's one of the most important things we can do. I can Pylite up to 3 times in a single turn. But also, you're about to get multi-strike after this, so you coming down to a bunch of spikes would be really good. And then after that, I can focus on just Dominion. We will focus on Dominion, but it's Faulty Body first, then it's got to be Risky Operation, then Faulty Body. Okay, beautiful. Three reanimate? That's not enough for Makeshift Golem. It's definitely the turn for giant double spike of the league. As soon as I want to, Highlight turns killing Dominion into just a cakewalk. highlight at the end step. Savagery comes down to the bottom line. Savagery dies this round. Entropy does not. But Dominion can. And is. Alright, we got pretty close. Oh, actually, we even killed him on the top line with the Spear Steward. Right. Just gonna let that one go. Get him! I'm so glad Spear Steward turned up. The Steward's Quarters turned up as well. Even showed up twice. Exactly the kind of thing you need when you don't have a champion. Baron Grail just having abdicated and fled the country. Continues the win streak, though. Gets us all the way up to 7 out of 7. And I didn't mention it because I didn't want to... I didn't want to. What's the word here? Spike the ball. I didn't want to jinx myself. But that was the first run I recorded today, and we didn't lose. So that means all of the rest of the recordings today, which next episode and so on and so forth, they're all going to be wins as well. Until next episode, though. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. A special thanks this episode to Disney Mio, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.